just first of all, also wanted to say that it's a great initiative because I've been in the Scala community for a while and there's truly like not so many women in basically any region. It's great to kind of make women more visible in this space, also to kind of hire more women because the Scala community doesn't have a lot of this focus. I currently work as engineering manager at Captify. It's only been a year since I've become the manager. Before that, I was a big data engineer with primary programming language being Scala. I've been in this company for 4 years, kind of changed different teams, roles. So it's been quite exciting and I still kind of plan to continue growing here. In terms of what the company does is that it's quite a big company in edtech business, build product which uses user searches just to improve campaigns performance. And currently we are investigating the space of contextual targeting now that cookies are going to be removed from Google Chrome browser. So this is another big space for us in terms of machine learning and data engineering pipelines with Scala. General, like a lot of technical growth and which is quite exciting for engineering managers and just improving what we already have and building new products. From quite a young age, when I was a kid, my older brother was into hardware. He constantly showed like different parts of the computer and how it all glues together. But at that time, I was just like 5-6 years old, so I just wanted to play some games on the computer. That's why I had already a bunch of programming books at home, which I then started to read when I was a teenager and when I was into kind of creating my own blog using HTML and CSS. Also at the same time, at my school, we had Tech Club, which was around more advanced programming because we did have basic programming classes at school, but those were like way too basic. That club, we learned to write algorithms, how to basically code, and that's when I kind of fell in love with that and decided to pursue it as a career. And to school I enrolled to university, got software engineering, both bachelor and master's degree, and pursued a job further. For me, it was also a huge example of my brother because he didn't do like software engineering specifically. He was more into support DevOps stuff, but just knowing that someone kind of has career in that was enough of an example. And also I kind of initially studied and both like university and school in Ukraine. So in Ukraine, there is like this huge, I would say, push towards tech careers and quite great technical background as well at schools and universities. So that's why like it's quite popular to enroll into tech there. But there's still struggle with gaining more women in tech. On the last year of bachelor's degree, I started to look into kind of different types of careers, what specifically I want to do. And at that time, I was kind of freelancing in Java. So I thought maybe I continue from there and do sort of backend stuff in Java. But then I went into kind of summer school by one of the French universities that kind of arrived. And they were talking about data science and big data engineering and got really interested in that. I saw that there is a course by one of the small tech companies for data engineering and data science. And I went to this courses and those were quite intense, like 2 or 3 months with multiple kind of meetings 2-3 times a week and tasks. So it was really intense, but I learned Scala, a bit of DevOps, big data engineering, and then the best students from the courses were able to get entry roles with the kind of company sponsors. And I was among those students, and that's how I got to one of the companies, which was a great experience for me doing research projects and just learning, getting hands-on experience and having a mentor. And after that, I kind of grew to mid-level roles, well into different projects, and then I switched to kind of Captify. I would say challenges are definitely around people you work with, because in the first years, I think at the university as well, the sphere being male dominated, it's not always the most comfortable space. Not everyone's like supportive and friendly. That was the challenge, I think, in the first years. The managers not being supportive enough or actually not building confidence, but saying that there is something that you can't do or you're not capable of. Those were like the main obstacles for me at that time. time, but I was lucky to have mentors at that time, and I was part of Women Who Code community, so that was helpful to see examples of other women and gain this confidence outside of work. And then over time, I got better managers generally, and now became a manager myself. There is a mentorship program in Women Who Code Kiev community. So I've been participating in that one since 2020. And I worked with women who had like their first role already, or they wanted to switch to big data engineering, having similar background or just like economics, mathematics as a background. So like I worked mostly like in one-to-one communication when we set some goals and projects that we worked on, and continued to kind of pursue those milestones to basically gain these skills. And both of those mentees that I had, they're quite successful at their current jobs. And one of them switched the job and now works on something which is more interesting for her, which is more towards data science, but still data engineering experience is very helpful for her. And another one is just getting better and better in data engineering. Generally, I see that more talks now around diversity. 7 years ago, it was still just a concept which not many companies took in. But now a lot of women in tech communities all over the world, I think it's becoming just a part of tech. It's not just some special for a specific type of people. And often there are those questions that either men can attend those events or not, how they can kind of support women. And I think there are less of those now. Now we also see more women in tech. There is always this growth, like specifically, I would say in Ukraine, that happens a lot. Maybe it's not that quick growth, but it's still happening. Also, what I see in the recent years with women in tech communities and popularity of data science and machine learning, more women are getting enrolled in tech, and they are doing more engineering work, not only management or product management. So I think it's a great trend there. There are like two main areas. First is around hiring, and one of the things that they can do is blind tests or blind screenings of the CVs, because the industry talks a lot about this bias people can have regarding the experience of the person. Also, hiring from more diverse pools of candidates, because there is this situation when kind of women don't apply as much to the roles, especially if they see that they don't fit like 90% or 100% of requirements. So it's both kind of on the coaching side of women that want to find the jobs, and on the side of companies kind of be able to specifically hire from the pools that are available from women in tech communities. And another area is kind of retaining women in the company and providing all the means to their growth. So for me, what I see that great to be able to promote women more often, because again, there is a situation when women are supposed to do more things than men sometimes to get promoted. Also hiring or promoting to senior roles, because what I saw at Captify as well, having quite a few women in C-level management helped a lot to boost the women on senior or medium level roles. So they would want to kind of grow there and kind of be in that place as well. And they are more confident in their jobs. So having more women in the team, especially leadership team, and hiring from diverse pools of candidates. Well, it wasn't like something that I wanted to do. It just, I remember how I applied for the conference just to try it out. And then I really enjoyed this experience. And I thought, what if I do not only like a local conference, but something larger, like an international one? And then I just started to travel and kind of grew from there and became sort of a career. It's not something that I planned initially. And at first it was just a hobby, but I gained really a lot in terms of kind of, I like sharing my knowledge, and I like to see just how people react during the talk and kind of questions they ask. So it's always like a fun experience for me. In terms of career, I think it helped me basically to get where I am right now, because when in my team, previous manager kind of left the company, one of the solutions was to hire someone from the outside, and the temporary manager of my team was a manager of another team as well, proposed to promote me with the coaching and learning, because I was quite visible at the time already in the company. Kind of everyone knew that I was doing talks at conferences and representing the company, and my opinion was asked quite a lot on various decisions because of that. Having this part of career and being quite visible helped me to also make an impact at work and to show that I have leadership skills to do that and grow as a manager. And I see that it kind of works all together now, because now as a manager, kind of it helps me as well to promote the company when I'm speaking at conferences and gain, I would say, more knowledge what other companies are doing in the same sphere, and talk more about on the kind of higher level architectural ones, not just about specific issues. So it's kind of working together now. I would say the main thing is to gain this confidence and learn your strengths and weaknesses. And I think the best way to do that is find a mentor as early as possible in the career, because it definitely helps when someone who already went through all those difficulties can create like a path, both in terms of tech and soft skills, and help to find jobs, or helps to introduce women to potential jobs, or just people that could be helpful in career. So already being part of the community and having someone to rely on is very helpful to entry the tech industry.